Young man, listen, if a woman refuses to date you but doesn't want you dating someone else, it means she likes you but thinks she can do better. She thinks being with you in her prime years is settling. Eventually, she'll accept you as a mate, but only after she's run out of options. Amen, guys. Amen to that. The guys that are waiting around going, and I'm not making fun of these guys because I know what it's like. I remember sitting on the bus, on a bus going to a tennis match. I played tennis in high school. I remember sitting on a bus being so into this girl from a different school, and then she ended up like basically toying me around, which, I mean, I take responsibility, but still, she was toying me around. But I mean, I was also just a total pussy boy. And I remember a guy on my tennis team got the girl, and I was like, he doesn't treat her like I would. He doesn't treat her as well as I would. I can't believe it. I wonder how he got her. I wonder how. I wonder all, like, thinking that, I just remember thinking that, oh, eventually she'll get sick of all of his BS, and then she'll realize that I'm the right guy for her. I'm the good guy for her, and then she'll appreciate me. That is the biggest lie you can tell yourself, because what she will do is she will see you as lesser than herself, and she will never respect you. She will only use you as a little Betamon provider, and then she'll make you work for everything you'll get. She'll make you work for a kiss. She'll make you work for this. If you guys have seen like job charts that women have put up for their husbands about how they get sex, is they have to do these certain chores and mark it off, and they think that's all funny and cute and all that stuff. I would have been the type to fall for that crap. So I'm not making fun of anyone if they have not fully swallowed the red pill, because I understand it's hard. We've been brainwashed. But if she's refuses to date you, she is literally putting you on the back burner. She will never respect or appreciate you like you deserve. And focus on yourself. Build your own life up. And you know what's so great about MGTOW, guys? You see how many women are trying to copy this. That's like the advice they give other women. Yeah, build yourself. Focus on your career and all that stuff. Thinking that because that, you know, that's what men are, that's what's attractive to women about men with status and achievements and all that stuff. Thinking they just copy men. They just copy men. They want to be men. This is another way, you guys. Here's a little fun fact. This was a red pill truth. I remember these little parts about my life that were big time, like just were monumental in the way that I remembered things. And I remember my older neighbor. He was like 5 years older than me. I still hang out with him today, and except now I give him advice about women. But when I was just like I was probably in elementary school and middle school, I remember him telling me, hey, look around the neighborhood. The women that have their hair cut all short, they're not having sex anymore with their husbands. And I was like, ooh, interesting. And then I started to notice, and you guys think about it. Women that no longer feel feminine, because feminine long hair and all that stuff. Now I get it, when some women have babies, they cut their hair so babies don't play with them. But the real feminine women, they know that their hair is more valuable. They don't cut it off for that, right? But when women stop feeling feminine because they've become so masculine, think about what they're doing. They cut their hair like a man. They want to be a man. They internalize masculinity, and then they cut their hair like a man. And when you see that, you see the short hair, you see who's ruling the relationship. So look around about that, guys, and just notice that. See how accurate that is. Notice all the relationships you see. If the wife has long hair and she gets put together and all that stuff when she's around her husband, versus ones that are all short hair and all that stuff, you can already tell like who's basically still having sex and who's not. That was a good red pill truth that my neighbor taught me way back in the day that I still remember. All right, guys, your turn. What are your thoughts? This is where I do want to check out some of your guys' comments, man. Love listening to your comments. But I'm a strong man. I'll get this out of here. Oops, not that. Boom. When chop their hair off is when they're done. Yep. They chop their hair off. Again, femininity, man, that long hair. And not everyone's into it. Some guys are into the short hair, and that's fine, right? We all have different preferences. Man, I love that long hair. That, to me, I like that long hair. 85% of women big. What's up, Joara? And you guys know too, right? I went over that post last week that women are big and proud. You better accept me for who I am. I don't have to listen to the beauty standards of the patriarchy. I am who I am, and you better accept me for who I am. Man, so many women are overweight these days. So many women. In the United States, I got to preface that. It's not always that way. When I've traveled to other countries, I have been pleasantly surprised. Not all countries, but when I have been pleasantly surprised. Like, oh wow, there's actually some women that are actually fun to look at versus like, yeah. Don't waste time with women that have goals. Have goals, guys. Have goals. Yeah, you guys. About MGTOW philosophy, it's like the things that to younger guys that haven't had experience with women that still are learning MGTOW philosophy. The philosophy itself is a very good also start on attracting women. Focusing on your goals, focus on your purpose, focus on yourself. Such good advice. Like that's such good advice either way. And especially with these days, these women, where they get mad at you, you can't even ask me on a date. That's sexual assault. Are you kidding me? Fine, I won't ask you on a date ever again. Don't worry about it. You'll never get a date from me then. Yeah, to be deemed as creepy is so very easy for guys these days. And you know what's funny is women will tell other women that guys throw around crazy, which I guess maybe they have a point that a lot of guys go, oh, she was crazy. But then again, these days, right, a lot of women have that crazy mindset. But yeah, they throw around creepy so often. They throw around this word so often, especially when you get behind the scenes with women and they tell you the real stories. Like the video I just put out about my friend that was telling me about the perfect relationship, right? She tells me about the truth about things. She tells me about the times when her and her, hoe friends would try to, like, I'm going to get on stage with this rapper. I'm going to get VIP with this guy. I'm going to, she was talking about celebrities in Vegas and stuff. And she's like, oh, I saw, celebrities and all that stuff. And we're going to get in there. Like she tells me all their secrets, all their little games and all that stuff. When you get like to that point with women, you learn so much about the truth about this stuff. Has not been a chat, absolutely. Yeah, look at this. They demand respect like children. Women are very much like children. Very much like children, except the difference is children still respect people. I loved teaching kids because I didn't expect their respect right away. Especially, I love troublemaker kids. The kids that were troublemakers from other grades. I would hear, as a second grade teacher, I would hear first grade teachers talk about this kid they got. He's so, all this big troublemaker, all this stuff. And then you would hear the other second grade teachers talk about this kid. God, I don't want him. Let's do rock, paper, scissors to not have this kid. I'd be like, give him to me. Put him in my class. Because I know those kids. Those kids were the ones that when I would just sit down and just be like, hey, I know you're a leader. I know you got thoughts of your own. And I know that, we got to work on this mutual relationship type. When I talk to them like they're an actual person, they would respect me and they'd be some of the most loyal students I would have. But so that's the difference. Children and women are very similar, except for when you give children boundaries, these entitled women these days, think that they don't deserve boundaries, where kids are like, oh, I'm glad you put those on me. Like, I'm glad I tested you and now I have boundaries. Kids still can respect men. That's where I'll put it these days, where women, it's a lot harder to find that. Gary, like your vids, Adam, thanks. Yeah, hey, thanks, Gary. This is what I love to do, man. I love to teach. Like that's what I love to do, is just to research and relay information. I've always loved doing that. So this is so fun to me. I'm not like other women. Hey, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd be rich. If I had a penny, if I had a tenth of a penny for every time I heard that from women these days, I'd be rich. Just filthy rich. Don't forget, subscribe, like,
comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.